Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to talk about something that affects almost everyone at some point in life. The topic is, don't worry about the future. Many people spend their days worrying about tomorrow. They worry about money. They worry about success. They worry about failure. They worry about relationships. They worry about their career. They worry about things that have not even happened yet. And because of this, they lose their peace today. They lose their happiness today. They lose their energy today. The future becomes a thief that steals the present moment. But what if most of those worries never happen? What if the energy you spend worrying could be used to improve your life instead? What if the secret to a better future is not worrying about it, but preparing for it? In this video, we will explore powerful lessons that can help you stop worrying and start living with more confidence, peace, and purpose. And while learning these meaningful life lessons, you will also improve your English. Listen carefully to the vocabulary. Listen carefully to the sentence patterns. Try to think in English as you listen. Every minute of listening is also English practice. And if you enjoy learning English through motivational and meaningful lessons like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and continue growing with us. Chapter 1. The future is created by today's actions. One of the biggest mistakes people make is spending more time worrying about the future than preparing for it. They think about tomorrow all day, but they do very little today. This creates a painful cycle. The more they worry, the less they act. The less they act, the more they worry. And the cycle continues. The truth is simple. The future is not created by worry. The future is created by action. Think about a farmer. A farmer who spends all day worrying about the harvest but never plants seeds will have nothing to harvest. Worry does not grow crops. Action grows crops. Now think about learning English. Many learners worry constantly. What if I never become fluent? What if my English is never good enough? What if I make mistakes? What if people laugh at me? These worries feel real. But do they improve English? No. Only practice improves English. Only action improves English. Only consistency improves English. The same principle applies to every area of life. If you want better health, worrying is not enough. You must exercise. You must eat better. You must take action. If you want financial success, worrying is not enough. You must learn. You must work. You must improve your skills. You must take action. If you want confidence, worrying is not enough. You must face challenges. You must gain experience. You must take action. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Many people are waiting for certainty before they act. They want guarantees. They want perfect conditions. They want complete confidence. But life rarely works that way. Most successful people started before they felt ready. They started while feeling uncertain. They started while feeling nervous. They started while feeling afraid. The difference is that they acted anyway. Imagine a person standing at the bottom of a mountain. The top seems far away. The journey seems difficult. If they spend all day staring at the mountain and worrying about the climb, nothing changes. But if they take one step forward, progress begins. One step becomes another, then another, then another. Eventually, they reach places they once thought were impossible. Life often works exactly like that. You do not need to solve your entire future today. You only need to take the next step. That is all. The future becomes less frightening when you focus on today's responsibilities. Ask yourself, What can I do today? What can I improve today? What can I learn today? What action can I take today? These questions create progress, and progress creates confidence. Many people want to control the future, but the future is largely unknown. What you can control is today. You can control your effort. You can control your attitude. You can control your habits. You can control your decisions. And those things shape your future. Think about a building. Before a tall building exists, workers place one brick, then another, then another. The building is not created in one day. It is created piece by piece. Your future works the same way. Every healthy habit is a brick. Every hour of learning is a brick. Every act of discipline is a brick. Every positive decision is a brick. Day by day, you are building your future. The question is, are you building it through action or through worry? Because worry alone creates nothing. Action creates change. Worry alone creates fear. Action creates confidence. Worry focuses on problems. Action focuses on solutions. The future is not built tomorrow. The future is built today. Every action you take today is shaping the life you will live tomorrow. So stop asking, what if everything goes wrong? Start asking, what can I do right now to make things better? That question has the power to change your life. Because the best way to prepare for the future is not to fear it. It is to take action today. Chapter 2. Most worries never happen. One of the strangest things about the human mind is that it often creates problems that do not exist. Many people spend hours worrying about situations that never happen. They imagine failure. They imagine rejection. They imagine disaster. They imagine the worst possible outcome. Then they suffer because of these imaginary situations. The future arrives. And most of those fears never become reality. Think about your own life. How many things have you worried about in the past? How many nights have you spent overthinking? How many times have you imagined something terrible happening? Now ask yourself, how many of those worries actually came true? For most people, the answer is very few. Yet they spend days, weeks, and sometimes months suffering because of those thoughts. This is one reason worry is so dangerous. It makes you experience pain twice. First in your imagination, then maybe in reality. And often the reality never comes. Imagine a student preparing for an exam. For weeks, they tell themselves, I am going to fail. My future is ruined. I am not smart enough. They feel stressed every day. They lose sleep. They lose confidence. Then the exam arrives, and they pass. All that suffering was unnecessary. The fear was real. But the problem was imaginary. This happens all the time. A person worries about a conversation. The conversation goes well. A person worries about a job interview. The interview goes fine. A person worries about making mistakes. The mistakes never happen. The mind often creates stories that are much worse than reality. This does not mean bad things never happen. Challenges are part of life. Problems are part of life. Difficult moments are part of life. But worrying about them before they happen does not make them easier. It only steals your peace today. Think about carrying a heavy backpack. Now imagine filling that backpack with rocks. Each rock represents a future problem that may never happen. Soon the backpack becomes too heavy. Life feels exhausting. That is exactly what worry does. It makes you carry problems that do not exist yet. Sometimes it makes you carry problems that will never exist. Successful people understand something important. When a real problem appears, they deal with it. but they do not spend all their time fighting imaginary battles. They save their energy for reality, not imagination. This is a powerful lesson because your mental energy is valuable. Your attention is valuable. Your peace is valuable. Do not waste those things on imaginary disasters. Instead, focus on the present moment. Focus on today's responsibilities. Focus on today's opportunities. Focus on today's actions. Most of the things you worry about today will never happen. Do not allow imaginary problems to steal real happiness. Chapter 3. Focus on what you can control. One of the biggest causes of stress is trying to control things that are beyond your control. People worry about the economy. People worry about what others think. People worry about the future. People worry about events they cannot change. As a result, they feel powerless. Why? Because they are focusing on things they cannot control. Imagine trying to control the weather. No matter how much you worry, the weather will do what it wants. Your worry changes nothing. Now imagine spending that same energy preparing for the weather, carrying an umbrella, wearing appropriate clothes, planning your day wisely. Now you are focusing on what you can control. Life works the same way. There are many things you cannot control. You cannot control every event. You cannot control other people's opinions. You cannot control every challenge. You cannot control the future. But there are many things you can control. You can control your attitude. You can control your effort. You can control your habits. You can control your actions. You can control your response to difficulties. This is where your power lives. Think about learning English. Can you control how quickly everyone else learns? No. Can you control whether every conversation goes perfectly? No. Can you control whether you ever make mistakes? No. But you can control your practice. You can control your consistency. You can control your effort. You can control your willingness to learn. And those things matter much more. Many people waste years worrying about circumstances. Successful people focus on responses. They ask, what can I do right now? What is within my control? What action can I take today? These questions create strength because they move your attention away from helplessness and toward action. Imagine two people facing the same challenge. The first person spends all day complaining. The second person spends all day looking for solutions. Who is more likely to improve their situation? The second person. Not because life is easier for them, but because their focus is different. Focus determines energy. Energy determines action. Action determines results. This is why controlling your focus is so important. Every morning you have a choice. You can focus on things you cannot change, or you can focus on things you can improve. You can focus on fear, or you can focus on effort. You can focus on uncertainty, or you can focus on growth. The choice belongs to you, and that choice shapes your experience of life. You may not control everything that happens to you, but you always control how you respond. And often, that response determines your future. So stop fighting battles you cannot win. Stop trying to control what is uncontrollable. Instead, focus your energy where it matters most. Focus on your actions. Focus on your growth. Focus on your effort, because that is where real power begins. Chapter 4. Take one day at a time. One of the biggest reasons people feel overwhelmed about the future is because they try to carry tomorrow's problems today. They think about next week. They think about next month. They think about next year. They think about everything that could possibly go wrong. Soon their mind becomes exhausted, their energy disappears, their motivation weakens, and life starts feeling much heavier than it really is. The truth is that life is not lived 1 year at a time. Life is lived 1 day at a time. Nobody climbs a mountain in a single step. Nobody reads an entire book in one glance. Nobody builds a successful life in 1 day. Everything happens step by step, day by day, moment by moment. Think about someone learning English. If they constantly think, I need to become fluent. I need to know thousands of words. I need perfect pronunciation. The goal feels huge. It feels distant. It feels overwhelming. But what if they focused only on today? Today, I will learn 5 new words. Today, I will listen to English for 20 minutes. Today, I will practice speaking for 10 minutes. Now the task feels manageable. Now progress becomes possible. This is one of the greatest secrets to reducing anxiety. Break life into smaller pieces. Focus on today's responsibilities. Focus on today's opportunities. Focus on today's actions. You do not need to solve your entire future today. You only need to handle today well. Imagine driving a car at night. You cannot see the entire road ahead. You can only see a limited distance. Yet you continue driving. Why? Because the light in front of you is enough for the next part of the journey. Life often works the same way. You do not need to see the entire future. You only need enough clarity for the next step. Many people delay action because they want certainty. They want guarantees. They want every answer before they begin. But life rarely provides that. Progress often comes from taking the next step without seeing the entire path. Successful people understand this. They focus on daily progress. They focus on daily improvement. They focus on daily effort. Because they know that today's actions create tomorrow's results. Another reason this mindset is powerful is that it protects your peace. When you focus too much on distant problems, you miss the beauty of today. You miss conversations. You miss opportunities. You miss moments of happiness. You miss experiences that may never come again. The future is important, but it should not steal your present. The present moment is where life actually happens. Not tomorrow, not next year. Today. You do not need to carry the weight of your entire future. Carry today's responsibilities. Do your best today, and let tomorrow take care of itself. Chapter 5. Trust your ability to handle challenges. Many people are not actually afraid of the future. They are afraid of their ability to handle the future. They think, what if something goes wrong? What if I fail? What if life becomes difficult? What if I cannot handle it? These questions create fear. But there is something important you must remember. You have already survived challenges before. You have already overcome difficult moments. You have already handled situations that once seemed impossible. Think about your past. There were probably times when you felt scared, times when you felt uncertain, times when you thought you would never get through a problem. Yet here you are. You survived. You adapted. You learned. You grew stronger. This is proof of something powerful. You are more capable than you think. Many people underestimate themselves. They focus on their weaknesses. They focus on their fears. They focus on their limitations. As a result, they forget their strength. But strength is not something you are born with. Strength is something you build. Every challenge you face teaches you something. Every difficulty develops resilience. Every obstacle makes you stronger if you choose to learn from it. Think about a tree during a storm. Strong winds shake the tree. Heavy rain hits the tree. The storm is difficult. But over time, those challenges help strengthen its roots. People often grow in the same way. The difficult moments of life can develop strength, wisdom, patience, and courage. This is why you should not underestimate yourself. The future may contain challenges. That is true. Life is not always easy. But it is also true that you are capable of handling far more than you realize. Imagine someone learning English. At first, even simple conversations feel difficult. They feel nervous. They make mistakes. They doubt themselves. But with practice, they improve. Months later, conversations that once seemed impossible become normal. What changed? Their abilities grew. The same thing happens throughout life. You grow through experience. You grow through effort. You grow through challenges. Many people spend years worrying about problems they have not even faced yet. They assume they will not be strong enough. But they forget that when challenges arrive, they will also have more experience, more knowledge, and more strength than they have today. Future challenges will meet a future version of you. A stronger version, a wiser version, a more experienced version. That is something worth remembering. Trust yourself. Trust your ability to learn. Trust your ability to adapt. Trust your ability to grow. Because life has already proven that you are stronger than many of the problems you once feared. Remember this powerful truth. You do not need to know exactly what will happen in the future. You only need confidence that you can handle whatever comes. And if you look at everything you have already survived, there is strong evidence that you can. Chapter 6. Stop living in imaginary problems. One of the biggest thieves of happiness is living in problems that do not exist. Many people spend more time fighting imaginary battles than real ones. They imagine failure before they even try. They imagine rejection before they even speak. They imagine disaster before anything has gone wrong. As a result, they suffer without a reason. Think about how powerful the imagination is. The same imagination that can help you create dreams can also create fear. It can build hope, or it can build anxiety. The choice depends on how you use it. Imagine a person preparing for a job interview. Weeks before the interview, they begin imagining everything going wrong. They imagine forgetting answers. They imagine embarrassing themselves. They imagine being rejected. Every day, they replay these scenes in their mind. The interview finally arrives. And most of those fears never happen. The problem was not reality. The problem was imagination. Many people do this every day. They create painful stories in their minds. Stories about failure. Stories about loss. Stories about problems that may never exist. Then they react emotionally to those stories as if they were real. This is why worry can become so exhausting. You are fighting battles that have not happened. You are carrying burdens that do not exist. You are suffering from events that may never occur. Imagine carrying a heavy suitcase everywhere you go. Now imagine that the suitcase is empty. Would that make sense? Of course not. Yet many people do exactly that mentally. They carry empty worries. They carry unnecessary fears. They carry imaginary problems. And these things make life much heavier than it needs to be. Successful people learn to separate reality from imagination. When a real problem appears, they face it. They solve it. They learn from it. But they do not spend all day creating problems in their mind. Instead, they focus on what is actually happening. This is a powerful habit. because reality is usually easier to handle than the scary stories we create in our imagination. Think about learning English. Many learners imagine being laughed at. They imagine making terrible mistakes. They imagine embarrassing themselves. Because of these imaginary fears, they avoid speaking. But when they finally start speaking, they discover something surprising. Most people are supportive. Most people understand. Most people are not judging them. The fear was much larger in their imagination than in reality. This lesson applies to many areas of life. The mind often exaggerates danger. The mind often predicts the worst. But those predictions are not facts. They are only thoughts. And thoughts are not always true. The next time you catch yourself worrying, ask, is this a real problem or an imaginary problem? Is this happening right now? Do I have evidence that this will happen? These questions can bring you back to reality. They can help you stop feeding unnecessary fear. Do not suffer twice. Do not suffer today because of something that may never happen tomorrow. Live in reality, not in imaginary problems. Chapter 7. Build faith in the process. One reason people worry so much about the future is because they want immediate results. They want success now. They want answers now. They want certainty now. They want proof now. But life rarely works that way. Most valuable things take time. A tree takes time to grow. A strong body takes time to build. A successful career takes time to develop. Fluent English takes time to learn. Everything meaningful requires patience. This is why faith in the process is so important. Faith does not mean sitting still and doing nothing. Faith means continuing to move forward even when results are not yet visible. Think about a farmer planting seeds. After planting them, the farmer does not dig them up every day to check if they are growing. The farmer waters them, protects them, takes care of them, and trusts the process. Growth happens beneath the surface before it becomes visible. Life often works the same way. Many of your efforts are creating progress that you cannot yet see. Every page you read, every lesson you learn, every skill you practice, every good habit you build. These things are creating future results, even when those results are not visible today. Many people quit because they expect immediate rewards. They work hard for a short time. Then they look around and say, nothing is changing. So they stop. What they do not realize is that success often arrives after long periods of invisible progress. Imagine heating water. The temperature rises slowly. At first, nothing dramatic happens. Then eventually the water begins to boil. The change appears sudden. But it was actually the result of all the heat that came before. Your growth works the same way. Your effort is accumulating. Your learning is accumulating. Your discipline is accumulating. One day the results will become visible, but only if you continue. Faith in the process helps you remain patient. It helps you trust your efforts. It helps you continue when motivation disappears. It helps you stay focused when progress feels slow. Think about your own life. Some of the best things you have achieved probably required time. You did not learn everything overnight. You did not become stronger overnight. You did not grow overnight. Growth happened gradually, step by step, day by day. The future you want may take longer than you expect. That is okay. The important thing is to keep moving, keep learning, keep improving, keep trusting the process, because every meaningful achievement is built through consistent effort over time. Do not judge your progress too early. Keep planting, keep learning, keep growing. and trust that today's effort is building tomorrow's success. The process may be slow, but slow progress is still progress. And progress, no matter how small, always moves you forward. Chapter 8. Live fully in the present moment. This may be the most important lesson in this entire video, because almost every worry about the future has one thing in common. It pulls you away from the present moment. Your body is here, but your mind is somewhere else. You are eating, but thinking about tomorrow. You are working, but worrying about next year. You are talking to people, but thinking about problems that have not happened. Slowly, life passes by. Not because life is moving too fast, but because your attention is always somewhere else. Many people spend their whole lives waiting for the future. They tell themselves, "I will be happy when I become successful. I will be happy when I earn more money. I will be happy when I solve all my problems. I will be happy when everything becomes perfect." But there is a problem with this way of thinking. Life is never perfect. There will always be another goal, another challenge, another responsibility, another problem to solve. If you keep postponing happiness until everything is perfect, you may spend your entire life waiting. This is why learning to live in the present moment is so powerful. The present moment is where your life is happening. Not tomorrow, not next year. Right now. Think about a beautiful sunrise. Many people see it but never truly experience it. Why? Because while they are looking at the sunrise, they are thinking about work, thinking about money, thinking about future problems. Their eyes are present, but their mind is absent. The same thing happens with family, friends, opportunities, experiences. Life keeps giving us moments, but we miss them because we are mentally living somewhere else. One day, people often look back and realize something painful. They spent years worrying about the future, and those years became their past. The future they worried about eventually arrived, but they never fully enjoyed the present while it was happening. Do not let that happen to you. Life is too valuable, too precious, too short. Imagine someone learning English. They constantly worry about becoming fluent. They worry about their accent. They worry about mistakes. They worry about how long it will take. Because of these worries, they never enjoy the process. They never celebrate small victories. They never appreciate their improvement. Then one day they realize they have made tremendous progress, and they wish they had enjoyed the journey more. This lesson applies to everything. Success is important. Goals are important. Growth is important. But do not become so focused on the destination that you forget to experience the journey. Because the journey is where most of life happens. Many people believe the future contains all their happiness, but often happiness is hidden inside ordinary moments. A conversation with a friend, a walk outside, a good book, a lesson learned, a family dinner, a quiet morning, a moment of laughter, a moment of gratitude. These moments may seem small, but together they create a meaningful life. When you are constantly worried about the future, you miss these gifts. The present moment is not just something you pass through on your way to the future. The present moment is life itself. Think about how many things have worked out in your life already. Think about how many challenges you survived. Think about how many worries never came true. Think about how many difficult situations eventually passed. Life has carried you this far, and it will continue moving forward. That does not mean life will always be easy. Challenges will come. Unexpected events will happen. Difficult seasons will arrive. But worrying about them today will not make them easier tomorrow. In fact, it often makes today harder. One of the most powerful habits you could develop is asking yourself, what is happening right now? Not tomorrow, not next year, right now. Are you safe? Are you breathing? Do you have an opportunity to learn? Do you have an opportunity to improve? Do you have an opportunity to appreciate something? Most of the time, the answer is yes. And that realization can bring tremendous peace. Living in the present does not mean ignoring the future. It means preparing for the future without being controlled by it. It means planning without panicking. It means working toward goals without sacrificing today's peace. It means caring about tomorrow while still appreciating today. This balance is where true wisdom lives. Imagine your life as a book. Every day is a page. If you spend every page worrying about future chapters, you will never enjoy the chapter you are currently living. And one day the book will be finished. Do not rush through the pages. Do not waste them on unnecessary fear. Read them, experience them, appreciate them, live them, because these pages become your life story. Remember this powerful truth: the future is not guaranteed. Yesterday is already gone. The only moment you truly have is this one. So use it wisely, enjoy it fully, appreciate it deeply, and live it completely. Because a peaceful present creates a beautiful future. Today we learned a lesson that can completely change the way you live. The future is important, but worrying about it constantly is not. We learned that the future is created by today's actions. We learned that most worries never happen. We learned the importance of focusing on what we can control. We learned to take life one day at a time. We learned to trust our ability to handle challenges. We learned to stop living in imaginary problems. We learned to build faith in the process. And finally, we learned the importance of living fully in the present moment. All of these lessons point toward one simple truth: worry does not improve the future. Action improves the future. Worry does not create success. Growth creates success. Worry does not bring peace. Presence brings peace. The future will arrive whether you worry about it or not. So instead of spending your energy fearing tomorrow, use that energy to improve today. Learn today, grow today, smile today, work today, love today, live today. Because today is where your power exists. And when you use today wisely, tomorrow often takes care of itself. Remember this: you are stronger than many of the things you fear. You are more capable than you think. You have survived challenges before. You have overcome difficult moments before. And you will continue growing stronger. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Trust life a little more. The future is not something to fear. It is something to prepare for. And the best preparation is becoming the best version of yourself today. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed this lesson and want more motivational and English learning content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Keep learning, keep growing, keep believing, and most importantly, keep living in the present moment. Because life is